More information released regarding Monday's fatal shooting in Kimball. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, court documents reveal more insight on what transpired leading up to a fatal shooting in Kimball Monday evening. William Shane Serrano is charged with manslaughter for the death of his girlfriend, Tessa Gehring. An arrest affidavit states that on Monday evening, Serrano had been fighting with somebody, and Tessa told him about a shotgun that was in the garage. He tried to break the action, and the gun went off and struck Tessa in the face. Serrano was arraigned on the Class 2A felony on Wednesday, and a subsequent hearing has been scheduled for January 26th. Well, community leaders and city officials braved the cold Thursday morning for two check presentations for the final phase of the 18th Street Plaza. J.G. Elliott presented a $25,000 check, and the Blumenkamp family, who operates all of the Panhandle Runza locations, presented a $10,000 check. J.G. Elliott's John Massey and Runza's Neil Blumenkamp said they were happy to give back to downtown redevelopment.
We are making donations throughout the community in honor of our 100 years of being in business in this community, and it's just a real pleasure for us to share this with downtown Scottsbluff. As you probably know, we spent maybe 50 years in business right here in this location, so it's a special place for us.
Very proud and very happy about this whole plaza project and what it's brought to downtown, and a gathering center for people, and the fellowship that happens with many of the events and the food trucks that come and the bands and all the things that are in the future planned to be done in this plaza in downtown Scottsbluff.
The final designs of the plaza have been greenlit and will include fire pits, a permanent stage, and additional seating. The city of Scottsbluff will also be selling paver bricks that can be engraved with family names on it. And Economic Development Director Star Lael says more information on that fundraising initiative will be posted on the city's website in the coming weeks. Work on the final phase of the 18th Street Plaza will begin sometime this year. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision, and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect, a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. A 38-year-old Scottsbluff man has been sentenced on 5 counts of first-degree felony sexual assault on a child after the victim came forward early last year. Robert Medina was found guilty in October after a bench trial in Scottsbluff County District Court in front of Judge Leo Dobrovolny. Court documents say during the forensic interview, the victim testified the assaults escalated over 3 years until they stopped in 2019. This week, Medina was sentenced to a mandatory minimum of 15 years to a maximum of 30 years on each of the Class 1B felonies. All 5 sentences will run concurrently. Well, Governor Pete Ricketts was joined by members of the legislature's Revenue Committee in the state capitol rotunda Thursday to discuss plans for additional tax relief. Ricketts told reporters despite tax revenues coming in well ahead of projections, his budget wouldn't be including any large additional expenditures, just tweaking of the existing plan. The governor and committee chair Luann Linehan said their goal was to return excess revenues to taxpayers, with Linehan joining Ricketts in saying it's the right thing to do.
It's not morally acceptable to keep $400 or $500 million of taxpayers' money that we do not need. Now, exactly what taxes and how, that will be up to the Revenue Committee.
Linehan expects a push this year to continuing lowering Nebraska's corporate income tax rate, as lawmakers did last year. And a new report says long prison sentences and mandatory minimums are major contributors to Nebraska's chronic prison overcrowding, but lawmakers still disagree over how to fix the problem. The report was requested to try to identify ways to reduce the state's inmate population without compromising public safety. The report says Nebraska's prison population increased 21% over the last decade, likely because of tough on-crime policies. The institute also says low-level, non-violent felony sentences are often imposed consecutively, resulting in longer prison terms. Senator Suzanne Geist of Lincoln says she's concerned that the report could lead to policies that jeopardize public safety. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer in with your weekend weather forecast. He'll have that right after the break here on KNEB.TV News.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, pretty quiet here across the region as we have mostly cloudy skies early. We'll decrease in those clouds later on. And temps that are going to stay up there, we've warmed up behind that Arctic air that's been pushed off to the north and east. The Chinook winds finally warmed us up today. Quiet weather is coming. Could see a few flurries or snow showers around tomorrow. Otherwise, moderating temps that'll in fact be above normal by the middle portions of next week. 15 was all for our high yesterday. Our normal low is 14. So well below normal for this time of year. Normal high 41. As we look across the area, another 0.05 of an inch of moisture. We're up to 44 hundredths now in Scotts Bluff. That's about 3 to 4 times what we would ordinarily have, a little over 4 times what we'd ordinarily have this time of year. Here is the radar loop, and you can see this thing. This is over 2 days of radar loops here. That is quite a bit of time. We're going to put that in loop one more time for you. This is the snow you can see over the course of 2 days, and it really filled in the same general vicinity, and that's what caused a lot of this snow in the same area. And again, the heavier snow bands right along this vicinity, and that's where we saw the most snow out of this storm system. Here is a look at current temperatures. You can see 30s out there as well for most of us, 20s and 30s this cold air that's off to the north has been shoved out and moved away from us behind that boundary. And you could see it has moved well to the north and east of us. We finally got temps above freezing back here for most of us. Winds are a little gusty out of the south-southwest. That's the Chinook effect helping warm those temperatures up. Also blowing some of that snow around, some gusts to around 30, dropping those wind chills into the teens and 20s for the most. All in all, though, a much better day today than where we were yesterday. We still have high wind warnings out in the high country and those wind-prone areas of eastern Wyoming. Those aren't going anywhere, and in fact, they're going to extend through tomorrow. As you could see, areas from Laramie up through Wheatland, Cheyenne, anywhere along that I-25 drive, that's the area that we're most. So again, if you're traveling those areas from Cheyenne up through Chugwater, Wheatland, Douglas, high wind warnings continue through tomorrow as those winds are just not going to decrease there in the high country. A few clouds, maybe even some fog in a few areas tonight. Otherwise, we're going to clear off as we go through the evening hours into the early morning hours tomorrow, but our temps are going to stay up, mostly in the 20s overnight for lows. A few areas may not even get out down into the 20s, and a little cooler right around the Ogallala, Oshkosh area, still down into the teens. Now tomorrow, we have a bank of clouds through here. Now during the day tomorrow, we're going to see a brief period of time where some snow showers are going to move across the area. Could see even some light accumulations, mainly in the central and eastern portions of the Panhandle, I think is where most of that activity is going to go. And we're going to look for high temperatures tomorrow in the 40-degree range, a few upper 30s out there as well. So right along that system is where any of the precip is going to come, and it's going to come in the form of some snow. Light snow for the most part. Everybody should be under an inch, maybe an inch or two at most, and it's going to be fairly hit or miss. Some areas won't pick up hardly any at all. As we go across the area tonight, we'll call it clouds decreasing, 28 for a low. Tomorrow, it's going to be partly cloudy. A few snow showers can't be ruled out, about 40 for a high, and we're going to stay a little cooler on Sunday near 40 again. Then we warm up by Monday, then especially Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, back into the mid and upper 40s. That puts us above normal, just in time for another system to arrive for next weekend with breezy conditions and temps falling back into the 30s by Friday.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Here's a look at some of the agriculture news stories that our team is keeping an eye on today. First, earlier this week, John Deere revealed a fully autonomous tractor that they say is ready for large-scale production. This machine combines John Deere's 8R tractor, the TrueSet-enabled chisel plow, GPS guidance system, as well as their new advanced technologies. To use this fully autonomous tractor, farmers will only need to transport that machine to a field and configure it for autonomous operation. Using John Deere Operations Center Mobile, they can then swipe from left to right to start the machine. While the machine is working, the farmer can then leave the field to focus on other tasks, all while monitoring the system from the mobile device. The autonomous tractor, they say, will be available to farmers later this year. Moving on now, for only the second time since this past May, the Purdue University and CME Group Ag Economy Barometer rose for the month of December. The index of current conditions and the index of future expectations rose for December, attributable mostly to the improved perspective on current conditions in the ag sector. A more positive outlook regarding their farm's financial situation by ag producers was a major contributor to this month's rise. However, farmers do say they're concerned about rising input costs, with nearly half of producers choosing it as a top concern as we are now in the new year of 2022. Well, farmer leaders of the United Soybean Board announced a new strategic plan that prioritizes sustainable soy solutions for global and domestic customers while ensuring value and profitability for U.S. soybean farmers. The vision of the board is to partner to deliver sustainable soy solutions to every life, every day. USB will create and promote the unique identity, value, and versatility of U.S. soybeans and soybean producers through the traditional and new opportunities.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO. The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, we are living in really stressful times, and grief is a part of our lives, but sometimes it can feel unbearable. Understanding the process is helpful, and Panhandle Public Health District will be hosting a free 45-minute virtual group presentation with Dr. Russ Seeger on grief, with the opportunity to ask questions, find resources, and visit one-to-one privately with a crisis counselor if needed. Director Kim Engel tells KNB News anyone is welcome to join.
Many of us have suffered personal losses from COVID and the loss of people that we love. Many of us have suffered changes in our lives and how we can conduct them. And we also recognize that there's been recent events that at this point of the year, around the holidays and in the winter, that it can just seem very heavy.
Dr. Seeger is a shattered minister, has a private counseling practice, and is a FEMA-trained crisis responder. The seminar will be held January 13th at 6 p.m., and you can find a link to register for the seminar in our story at kneb.com. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. We'll see you back here on Monday.